English with Jeff?
Hello and welcome to this, our third episode of Learn English with Jeff. Very quickly you'll realize, in making this show, I am not trying to teach basic grammar or vocabulary. These elements in a language are essential, so I'm not calling them basic to be demeaning or unkind. I consider these things to be the base, the foundation for learning. To figure out the rules and practice English words by repetition, this is a method well covered by other English teachers, and I'm here to speak and with Francophone learners myself who are wanting to learn English and looking for something a little bit different. I promise to share things that are of sincere interest to me, and I will speak slowly because those helping me learn French are speaking slowly to me. Speak of the devil, my wife is here and she is one person who is patiently explaining to me French language and culture when I get confused, which isn't every day, but almost.
I like to say that I feel like a fish in water now that we are in France. Si vous êtes français, vous comprenez sans réfléchir que je veux dire que je me sens à l'aise en France. Je suis comme un poisson dans l'eau is an expression understood by everyone in France.
Like a meme for internet culture, idioms and expressions like this gain their power from being ubiquitous. Everyone, everywhere, in a particular context, are assumed to understand. No explanation necessary, like a good joke. Only thing is, in English we don't have this expression my wife just mentioned. It sounds odd when said. I thought it was her invention, but then I heard it 2 or 3 times more in conversation with other French speakers and realized it's a common expression everyone in France understands. Funnier still, I don't know why this is, but we do have an idiom that's similar in English. For example, from a personal standpoint, when a conversation I'm having with other Americans about American football, because it's something I don't know a lot about, I feel like a fish out of water. I feel ill at ease, as though I don't belong. But can we say this in French and be understood intuitively? Je me sens comme un poisson hors de l'eau.
It would sound funny, but I think we could understand.
Common expressions like this are often expressions that have been used for a very long time, usually for several centuries, and it's near impossible to figure out exactly who or how they came about. That said, they are usually fairly easy to understand. 2 birds with 1 stone. Well, there's a rough English equivalent, faire d'une pierre deux coups, which originates from a similar past, hunting birds. And apparently the same or similar expression exists in 40 other languages as well. Sometimes though, the exact expression is rather different from one language to another. Quand on parle du loup has its English language expression in the phrase, speak of the devil. And hopefully you can understand what I mean, even with my poor French pronunciation, that both of these expressions refer to dangerous things that may suddenly appear, and both expressions have lost their ominous undertones, no longer talking about a wolf or a devil, but now referring to the sudden appearance of a person you're talking about regardless of whether or not that person is considered threatening. In fact, usually it refers to someone in a joking, friendly way, nothing at all to be afraid of. Besides all this, there's also idioms that have neither an exact nor an approximate equivalent. Languages, after all, are based in their cultural context, and the beauty of human diversity being what it is, all cultures are different. What I'm learning is to appreciate those differences. Donc, je vais continuer en français d'avoir les deux pieds dans le même sabot. And hopefully you can laugh along with me when you do the same in English. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn English with Jeff. And if you have feedback, or if you heard me say something you didn't understand, or if you have an expression that you want to share, favorite idiom that you want to share, please leave a comment below or email me at the email address in the show notes. Till next time.